Yo bro, think about the routines in your school, because majority of the people go to school and they don't have their daily routines, but they would still have their routines at school. And think about it, for me it's like period after period, 45 minutes each period, and then there's like a break time, and then 3 period after, and then boom, school gets over. You don't have to know the specifics, but the idea is that there's no fucking gap. Everything is totally organized. Now the big question is, can you do that for yourself? Because I've struggled a lot with routines and consistency, and I've always tried to make the perfect day, and I've always realized that we make the most progress when we have the best routine. Even though it's like not best, but when we have a routine, we make the best progress. Think about it. When you set out your routine, which I'm gonna tell you how to do in just a few seconds, you don't fucking go on an autopilot. Think about the bad habits that you always wanted to quit because you wanted a more productive and more happier, fulfilling life. Those bad habits are during those autopilot moments when you are at like a default mode and there's nothing to do because you don't have the routine. If I were to ask you this question right now, what are you doing at 6:13 p.m. today? What do you do at 6:13 p.m.? You wouldn't be able to answer that. It's like so random timing. If it's like 7 p.m., that will be like, okay, I'll be having dinner, but like 7:43 p.m., what will you be doing? You need to be able to answer that at any random times of the day. You need to be thorough about your routine. Okay, at 6, I'm gonna be coming back home from tuition, and then, okay, 8:15, I'm gonna be making my to-do list for tomorrow so that I can live a more productive day tomorrow. When was the last time you set out yourself a routine? Like, maybe usually we just said like, oh yeah, at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. I'm gonna study. It's just like studies and work. But we don't set out the minor tasks too. Okay, at 6 p.m. I'm gonna have my meal, which is gonna be 30 minutes, around about that. You need an approximate idea about your day, or else what happens when you have this uncertainty, like, I don't know what to do with my life. Oh man, I don't have the motivation, man. I really am confused to do with my life, bro. What you need is to set a fucking routine, because this uncertainty comes from you being confused, you being having nothing to show you. Because if you have been living up your whole life with people telling you to do this, do that, and then teachers telling you to do this homework and this, when you reach home and then your tuition teacher tells you to study this and all that, you can't have the ability to come up on your own. Which is why now you train yourself to do so, and this is gonna take time. And the first thing that I want you to do, which I remember myself doing, is grab a journal, grab a pen, and this is compulsory. You can also like do it on your laptop because it's just a routine, but preferably your journal and a pen. Okay, write your main tasks down, what you want to do every single day. Sleeping, meditation, meal, workouts. Just write everything down. Studying, recording videos, that's for me. And whatever it is, write everything down. And you will find that there's no jerking off. There wouldn't be like watching TV. There wouldn't be like scrolling through Instagram. There's no scrolling for Instagram, because that's not actually what you want. This is when you realize that if you have self-respect, you gotta eliminate those bad habits. And which, like, I've always been talking about that on my YouTube channel, which I think you will be really useful if you check that out, if you are like struggling with habits, because that is like level negative. You want to get to a level 0 where you can at least manage or like eliminate, preferably, all your habits. All your bad habits, I mean to say, which are like stopping you from making the progress that you want from your purpose. And so here is your task laid out. Now I want you to set out the timing that you want to give for each task. 8 hours for sleeping, 7 hours for school, 1 hour for workout, 1 hour for studying. The best thing that you can do is set out your sleep time, when you are gonna sleep and when you are gonna wake up, and follow that consistently. This is like the framework, the tasks, the time given, and now your sleep. And now the rest of the things are like dependent on you. I'm not gonna tell you to like go to school at 9 p.m. Well, if your school starts at 8 a.m., that's gonna be fucked up. The time difference. I mean to say 9 a.m. by the way. But you get the idea. You want to set your own routine after that, because if I'm telling you to do this, do that, I'm just gonna be like the rest of the school authorities or the people in your life who tell you to do so. I want you to make the choice of your life right now, because bro, I did this because I wanted to change my whole life. Because I was not living productively, because I knew I was undisciplined. And here I am. Just woke up at 4:30 today. 4:30. I'm aiming for 4 a.m. 4:30 a.m. Did 2 hours of deep work. Of course, I took some rest. I did meditation. I'm recording videos. I'm going on a live stream. And then after school, I'm going to study. I know exactly what I'm going to do at 4:30 p.m. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get ready for tuition. I'm going to do a workout. After all that, you want to set whatever time that you're gonna set yourself to do a particular task, and that will take consistency, that will take repetition for you to do so, because you need to find out what works best for you at what time, and how much time do you take for going to the washroom throughout the whole day. Calculate that and all that, but fill up every single gap like as if your school does to you, and you will see a huge progress. You will be like, fuck you.